Clara was an ordinary woman in her mid-40s, a mother of two and a nurse by profession. Her life took an unexpected turn when she suffered a cardiac arrest during a routine surgery. For a few moments, Clara was clinically dead. But during that time, she claims to have experienced something that changed her life forever. Clara described being pulled out of her body and floating above the operating room, watching the frantic efforts to revive her. She observed the doctors and nurses with a detached clarity, hearing their words and sensing their emotions as they worked tirelessly to save her life. Yet she felt no fear, pain, or distress, only a profound sense of curiosity and peace, as though she had stepped into a new dimension of understanding. Then, a warm, radiant light appeared, growing brighter and more inviting. Clara felt an irresistible pull toward it, as if the light were calling her home. She described the sensation as being enveloped in unconditional love, a feeling so overwhelming and pure that it erased all worries and earthly attachments. As she moved closer, Clara began to see familiar faces materialize in the light, people she had loved and lost, waiting to greet her. They radiated joy and warmth, their presence filling her with an indescribable sense of belonging. At that moment, Clara realized she was not alone. What awaited her on the other side was beyond her comprehension, a realm full of life, connection, and profound meaning that defied earthly understanding. As Clara entered the light, she found herself in a serene, expansive place, filled with warm, golden light. To her astonishment, she was greeted by people she had known and loved, but who had long since passed away. Her grandmother, who had died when Clara was just a child, hugged her with a love so pure it defied words. Friends who had died in accidents smiled and laughed as they welcomed her. The place was unlike anything Clara had ever experienced. It was neither a city nor a countryside, but a boundless realm where beauty seemed to flow naturally, unrestrained by the rules of earth. There were streams of sparkling water, vibrant fields of colors that shifted like living paintings, and an air so filled with peace and vitality that it seemed to hum with life. As Clara embraced her grandmother, she felt the weight of time and earthly sorrow lift. Every regret, every fear she'd ever held melted away. Her grandmother spoke without words, transmitting feelings and thoughts directly into Clara's heart, a deep assurance that love is eternal, and all was as it should be. Clara's friends shared stories of their journeys, explaining that they were still growing, learning, and helping. Their joy was infectious, their energy radiant. This was not an end, but a vibrant continuation. But what surprised Clara most was that the dead were not idle. They were busy. Some tended to lush gardens, cultivating flowers that seemed to pulsate with life and light. Others worked together in groups, creating beautiful structures that shimmered with colors beyond earthly perception. Clara saw some deep in study, their focus on enormous glowing books that emanated knowledge. Many explained their roles in guiding and supporting the living, helping loved ones navigate challenges or find inspiration. "We're always connected," a friend said with a smile. Clara noticed that the people she encountered were engaged in various activities. Her grandmother was tending to a beautiful garden filled with flowers unlike any she had seen on Earth. "We nurture life here," her grandmother explained. Each bloom, Clara learned, represented acts of love and kindness performed by the living. She also saw a teacher from her high school who had passed away years earlier. He was sitting at a round table surrounded by books, deeply engrossed in learning. He told Clara that the dead continue to expand their knowledge, exploring mysteries of the universe that the living can only dream of. Others were guiding the living. Clara's childhood friend, Sarah, explained that some souls act as quiet, unseen supporters for their loved ones on Earth. "We nudge, we comfort, we inspire," Sarah said, but always with respect for free will. She added that their presence is subtle, often felt as intuition or unexpected moments of clarity. There were also those who Clara described as bridge builders. They helped newly departed souls transition into this peaceful realm, offering comfort and understanding during their journey. Before Clara was sent back to her body, her grandmother held her hands and spoke words that have stayed with her. "What you do matters. Every kindness, every love-filled act grows something beautiful here. Keep living with an open heart." As her grandmother spoke, Clara felt the truth of those words resonate deep within her. She looked around and noticed that the radiant garden she had seen earlier seemed to pulse and glow with every mention of love and kindness. Her grandmother explained that these gardens were not merely metaphors. They were living representations of the goodness created by those still on earth. Every act of compassion, every selfless gesture, planted seeds in this realm, contributing to its beauty and vibrancy. Clara was overcome with emotion, realizing that even the smallest deeds of love carried profound significance. She thought of her children, her patience, and the countless small moments in her life when she had chosen kindness over indifference. Her grandmother squeezed her hands gently, her eyes filled with infinite wisdom. "You are still needed," she said. "There is more for you to do. Remember, the love you give will always ripple outward, touching more lives than you can imagine." As the light around her began to fade, Clara felt herself being pulled back, her grandmother's words echoing in her heart. When she awoke, she carried with her a renewed sense of purpose and a profound understanding of life's interconnectedness. Clara was then pulled back through the tunnel, back to the operating room and back to life. When she awoke, the nurses called it a miracle. Clara, however, knew she had been given more than just her life back. She had been given a glimpse of the mystery that awaits us all. Clara's story resonates with the universal questions about death and what lies beyond. According to her, the dead are not truly gone. They are living in a state of growth, love, and purpose. They tend gardens of kindness, learn the secrets of existence, and guide us silently from the other side. While these accounts cannot be scientifically proven, they offer hope and inspiration, suggesting that what we do in life echoes in eternity.